Hey everyone, Brendan here. It's the beginning of a new year. I know a lot of you guys are excited. You want to get a head start. Some of you guys are actually out there looking for new jobs and you want to give yourself the best chance to get it. Seems like a great time to talk about the ever popular 30, 60, 90-day plan. Now, if you Google 30, 60, 90-day plan template or 30, 60-day plan, you're actually going to find a bunch of total crap out there on the internet, honestly. Most of it is just clickbait junk that is going to do you more harm than good in your interview process or in your career. Most of the stuff written about 30, 60, 90-day plans were not written by actual managers, people actually doing hiring. So take caution when you read stuff on the internet about how to do these plans, and I'm going to try my best here in this video to share with you everything that I know about 30, 60, 90-day plans, how to do them, how to make them work for you. So the first thing to know about 30, 60, 90-day plans is there's really two occasions where you're going to want to make one of these things, where you're going to want to use one of these things. The first of them is when you're in the interview process. So I have found that one of the best weapons you can use in the interview process, especially in the late stages of the interview processes, is a 30, 60, 90-day plan. I'll come to an interview with a 30, 60, 90-day plan prepared as a way of differentiating myself from the other people who are competing for the job. If it comes down to you and maybe one other person or two other people vying for a job, preparing one of these things and bringing with you to an interview can make all the difference in the world. One of the reasons that it's so effective is it gives the hiring manager, the person who's going to make that hiring decision, it gives them a little bit of a window into how you'll actually be when you're on the job. And other candidates who don't do this kind of a plan aren't going to be able to give the hiring manager that insight, that comfort level into the way that you think, the kind of work that you're going to do when you're actually on the job. So I love to do a 30, 60, 90-day plan in the later stages of an interview process, just to give myself that one competitive edge over the other people who remain in the process. So that's one of the scenarios. And then the other scenario, the classic scenario, is the first week or two on the job. Now there's a pretty big misconception when you create, about why you create a 30, 60, 90-day plan when you're in the first couple of weeks on the job. And the biggest misconception is that somehow this plan is about guiding you, that it is about you, that it's about talking about the kind of learning and training and orientation that you're going to do. In actual fact, the 30, 60, 90-day plan that you create has very little to do with you at all. In fact, the real reason that you want to do it when you start a job is so that you can align with your boss on a common definition of success, so that you guarantee that after 90 days, your hiring, the hiring of you, is considered to be an unequivocal success. So what you're really doing, not so much to tell your boss about the learning and orientation, getting your computer set up, that's not what it's about. It's about agreeing with your boss on what success will look like after 90 days, so you set yourself up in a super strong position, so you know exactly what you need to do, so that everybody who's important to you will declare your hiring to be an unequivocal success. That's why you're doing it. It's not about you, it's about setting yourself up to be in a super strong position for your own career advancement after 90 days. A couple of mistakes I find people make when producing 30, 60, 90-day plans. The first mistake is they tend not to be precise enough. They'll be quite vague, like, well, I'll do orientation, I'll do product training, speak with experts in the company. It's too vague. It's not precise enough. When you do yours, you want to make sure that it's quite precise. I'm going to identify one key process that can be improved upon. I'm going to re-architect that process, and then I'm going to implement a program to prove that it can be successful. So you want to be something like that. You want to be quite precise about it. The second mistake I see people making is that there's no measurement or scorecard in place. There's no way of actually determining in any objective way whether or not you have been successful or not in your 30, 60, 90-day plan. So you want to make sure that built into your plan is some kind of scorecard or measurement methodology or mechanism, so that you and your boss and others can actually see how you're doing on the plan as the 90 days progress. So let me see if I can summarize it here for you to give yourself the best chance of having success with these plans. I'll give you 5 tips for making 30, 60, 90-day plans work for you, whether it's in the interview process or whether it is in the first week or 2 of the job. The first tip is you want to start with a clear definition of some objectives, and those objectives need to be rooted in value to the company, not rooted in value to you. So you have to think about setting, I would typically set about 3 objectives for my plan, and it has to be rooted in some value you are going to provide to the company or to the team. Don't make it about you. The next one is you want to identify some specific deliverables tied to each one of those objectives, so that you have some continuity in your plan and some specific deliverables you're actually going to give to the company to deliver on this thing. The third one is you want to have discrete themes for each phase in the 30, 60, 90-day plan. So I'll typically, or one example of what you might do is for the 30-day phase, you might create a theme called audit or analysis. And in that 30-day window, you're going to spend most of your time doing an audit of a process or metrics or performance or the team. You're going to really focus the first 30 days, in this example, on an audit or analysis of the situation, the team, processes, etc. Then in the 60-day time horizon, it might be a program. And so once you've done your analysis, your audit, in the 60-day window, now you're going to implement a new program based on what you've learned in the first 30 days. And so you can orient all your tasks and deliverables in the 60-day time frame around this program or programs that you're going to implement. And then maybe in the 90-day phase, the last phase, it might be on optimization of some kind. You're going to take the original analysis and audit information that you took, the learnings from the program you implemented, and then you're going to optimize it all to take it to the next level. That is just an example of how you might theme the different phases of a 30, 60, 90-day plan. Really, it's up to you. It's dependent on the situation that you're walking into, but think about what kinds of themes that you can use that will make sense to your manager. The fourth tip that I've got is really about making sure that from the objectives and the deliverables and the themes that you have some specific tasks or a specific task plan that you're actually going to execute. That will give your plan a level of precision and substance that might separate it from other plans that your manager is likely to see. It makes it more real. You actually have real tasks that you're going to perform and track during the 90 days. And then the last tip I have for you is to make sure that your plan includes some kind of scorecard or measurement mechanism so that you give your boss, or you can align with your boss on how you're going to judge whether or not this 90-day period has been a success, whether or not your audit and analysis was successful, whether or not the program you implemented was successful, whether or not the optimizations that you have done were successful. So you want a specific scorecard or measurement framework that you and your boss can align on to make sure everybody agrees on what success looks like, so you give yourself the best possible chance of exiting that 90-day period where everyone agrees that you've been successful. That's what it's all about. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope this gave you some insight into these plans. If you'd like a template, I do offer 30, 60, 90-day templates. You have to spend a couple of bucks, not too much, to get one. They're very helpful. Many people have downloaded them and had a lot of success with them. Check it out in the description of the video. It links to it. And if you want to read more about these plans, if you want to check out some more information, some more articles about this stuff, go to my website, www.brendanreid.com. There's lots of stuff there. If you enjoyed this, please like the video. And best of luck in 2018. Best of luck with your job search. Best of luck with your career this year. Thanks so much.